This is another gal that I met in the course of working on the book, Jill Kurtz. Jill was the first architecture student at Kansas State University in the School of Architecture to become what's known as LEED certified, L-E-E-D. And I don't know a whole lot about that, but what I do know is that LEED certified architects are interested in green building. They're interested in trying to figure out how can we build buildings that are good for the environment because they use recycled materials and they are very energy efficient. In addition, Jill has a real passion about kind of pushing back against what we sometimes call sick building syndrome. This is when people are using toxic materials to build buildings, and then office workers work in those buildings and they develop headaches and respiratory problems. This is known as sick building syndrome. And she wanted to be the kind of architect who would become very knowledgeable about how to build buildings that were healthy for people and that were healthy for the environment. After she graduated from architecture school, she went out here to San Francisco, worked for a large green architectural firm. That was a great first real job for her. Not that her other jobs weren't real, Jeremy, but her first job within her field. And it was great, and she was able to hone her skills. But after a few years, she was sort of feeling discouraged because what she was realizing was, you know what? The field of architecture is really only accessible to a small segment of the world's population because it's pretty darn expensive. Kind of average Joe people don't usually hire architects. It's because it's kind of expensive. And so she thought, you know, why don't I start a green building firm that would offer affordable design services to nonprofits, to churches, to groups involved in international relief and development. And that's what she's done. But not only that, she got back in touch with her alma mater, and she said, you know, I'm beginning to see myself as a public interest architect. You've probably heard of public interest lawyer, but she sees herself as a public interest architect. And she was able to get a course approved where she goes back to her alma mater every January and teaches a J-term class called Public Interest Architecture, because she wants to be used as an agent of renewal in the field of architecture by training up the next generation of architects so that they have this sort of passion for making architectural services more broadly available to everyone who could benefit from them.